Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Milestone and today I'm reacting to CNBC's Millennial Money series where they interview millennials who are making a lot of money, and I'm going to react and share my thoughts with you. So let's go!
I think part of the reason why I save so much comes from what I've learned from my parents. We never took vacations. We only went to the library. That was our vacation. They were basically just very frugal, and that carried on to me. I try to be pretty frugal.
Humble beginnings, I like that. Okay.
Hi, my name is Bukola, Ayedele.
Bukola, yes.
And I make $210,000 every year and live in New York City.
I'm pausing it right there. $210,000 a year. Wow. She's doing well. Okay, how did she make it? Let's find out.
I'm a software engineer working in the fintech space. I'm building tools and applications for engineers.
Software engineering. The tech space is actually crazy when it comes to opportunities and money. I might make a video about that. If you want one, let me know in the comments below.
So I'm actually obsessed
with here we go,
things.
expenses.
Like I track my calories,
Let's go.
I track my workouts, and I also track my money. I believe in this philosophy of what doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. So I make sure I'm tracking my money every.
Two gems there I'm just going to touch on. What doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. I love that. When it comes to financial responsibility and management, amazing. Second point, so $11,000 a month, that's a lot of money. And she's actually saving over $7,500 a month. That is incredible. That's more than half. That's almost 2/3 of her actual full salary. Wow. Fair play to her. She is living frugally. I mean, let's look at the other costs here. So we've got $1,400 a month for rent. Fair enough. That's about a 1-bed, 2-bed in London, tops. She's making £800 in donations, so she's giving back. That's amazing. Food-wise, she's done well. She's living quite frugally there. If that's New York, $300 a month in New York is not a lot.
How I track my money is I use YNAB and I also use Personal Capital. I also have spreadsheets for my long-term goals. So I just make sure that every single month I'm allocating a little bit of money to hit those long-term goals.
She's got apps that she's using to help track her money, but she's got a financial spreadsheet to help her track her long-term financial goals. That's something that if you're not looking into now, you should probably be looking into as well. The other thing that I want to touch on, her savings, well, she calls them savings. They're basically all investments. If you look at them, you know, they're all actually investments. So she's making sure that her savings are working for her.
The total rent for the apartment is about $4,000 and my room costs about $1,400. This is actually the most I've ever spent on rent, and I was a little mad to spend this much on rent, but the area is really nice and it's even closer to work, so I kind of save time in my commute.
Fair play. She's got a nice apartment. She shares with others, so it's kind of more cost effective. Hey, I guess you can afford one luxury when you're on that much money, right? Fair enough.
So I was born in Nigeria and I moved here when I was 6 years old. And we moved into like an inner city neighborhood when we first got here. And my parents really like hustled and worked hard to like get us to a better neighborhood.
Big up all the parents. First of all, look, I love this. A lot of our parents, if you're, second gen like me, have come to a different country where they don't know the language, the culture, have adopted, worked hard to make us have a better life ultimately. So big them up.
My parents really valued education, and they really pushed my sister and I to pursue very traditional career path. In our house, we had a saying that you could either be a doctor, a lawyer, or a disgrace. I actually majored in political science in college with the
That's a classic, like anyone from any ethnic background has had that saying in their house.
I realized that this was not for me. So I looked back at classes in college that I really liked, and one of the classes I really loved in college were my computer science classes. I decided to quit my job and do a sabbatical. During my time doing a sabbatical, I joined the Recurse Center. The Recurse Center is sort of like an engineering retreat where you can learn how to program and just sort of build new projects. It was totally free and it took 3 months, and then after that, 3 months later, I got a job. I got so many rejections left and right.
Amazing, that's very brave of her. So she was studying law, felt like it wasn't her passion, it didn't align with what she wanted to do. She thought about what she liked, went back and did a course that actually aligned with what she likes to do. I love that.
Totally free, and it took 3 months, and then after that, 3 months later, I got a job. I got so many rejections left and right, and I just had to learn to just be a little bit more persistent and to keep pushing. We're getting our account balance, and then we're just returning self.
Persistence and resilience.
So it's just easy. can be kind of a little isolating to be the only Black woman, but I really just try to connect with other Black women and people of color in the software engineering space. I've been stopped like a bunch of times from like entering my job because like they thought I just didn't work in the building. It's just crazy that things like that happen.
Wow, that is so like unacceptable. It's unbelievable that in 2022, a young, successful Black woman can't go to work without being questioned for why she's there, just because she's not fitting in with the crowd. So one, that's massively disappointing to hear, but at the same time, I'm happy that she's a trailblazer, and hopefully people like her are those that's gonna eventually normalize it for the future generations. So big her up, but again, unacceptable.
Tech and software engineering is a really great career path. You get to work on really amazing projects and you can earn a really good living doing this.
Tell me about it, hey? Food! This is my topic now. Let's see, what's the food situation?
$200 goes towards groceries and $100 for eating out.
$100 for eating out is not a lot at all.
He's made us some jollof rice in the house, so I usually meal prep my meals. That's good, okay, good. Me and my friends, we do other things other than just like going out for dinner and like brunch. So instead of grabbing dinner, we'll just do a class pass instead and like go to a dance class. Or I just invite friends over, sometimes we'll just cook together. It's just a way for all of us to save money.
Oh, I like that, friends cooking together. That's, yeah, creative, I like that, cool. She graduated nearly debt-free.
$7,000 in student loans was because of two factors. The first factor was the fact that I got needs-based financial aid from my college so that my tuition and room and board, half of it was paid and covered for by my school. The other half was covered for by my parents, and they gave me probably one of the best gifts that I've ever gotten, which is the gift of a free education.
Hey! Big up her parents again. They have cleared her university debt. They've planned for that. That's aspirational. So she's left with uni with very little debt that she's cleared now because her parents planned ahead to support her. I love that. I love that.
My parents just always donated like 10% of their salary. They see that as like a gift to God. So they've really encouraged me to do the same thing. So some of that money goes back to my parents because they've done a lot for me, and the remaining goes to like other organizations that I really care about.
Clearly her parents are brilliant role models. They've instilled really strong values in her, and now she's giving back as a result of it. And one thing I've noticed looking at many successful people is they all give back in one way or another. So that's something to bear in mind.
I love exercising so much. Exercising has helped me like live in New York City. It's honestly one of the most stressful places to live in, but maintaining an exercise routine really helps me reduce my stress and really helps me with my mental health. I
couldn't agree more with her there. Gym's a great way to stay fit and healthy, but it also makes you feel good and happy. That's not talked about enough. It just releases good, positive hormones in your body. It's worth doing. If you're not doing it now, maybe this will inspire you to start.
I try to be pretty frugal. It's funny because like when I first graduated from college, I was living paycheck to paycheck on my first salary, and it wasn't because I was making like too little, it was just because I wasn't being smart with my money. And it wasn't until like I wanted to leave my job that I realized the importance and the power of having savings.
How many of us are still living paycheck to paycheck? Let me know in the comments below. And her point was really key there because something happened in her life, a want, a desire, a passion to change things for herself and adopt a new way of managing her money.
One of my long-term financial goals is to FIRE. I'm a huge fan of the financial independence, retire early movement. I think it's a really amazing movement.
Ooh, I love that. FIRE, financial independence, retire early. That's my new motto.
I don't necessarily know if I want to retire early, but it would be great to be financially independent. One of my goals is also to maybe own an apartment. I know in New York it can be crazy. Like in my neighborhood, a one bedroom goes for like $700,000 to $800,000, and that's just for a one bedroom.
Ownership as well, key.
Something that I'm really passionate about is my YouTube channel called The Come Up. It's sort of a channel that I created to sort of give people the resources I didn't have when I was starting this journey. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. There are not that many Black women in tech, so I just wanted to sort of show that there are Black women in tech and just sort of provide as many resources as possible.
She's also trying to educate others like her with her YouTube channel. So I'm gonna add a link to her channel below. Make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you subscribe to my one as well.
Basically, all of my family is in Nigeria, like all of my family except for like one of my uncles and my sister, my mom, my dad. And the opportunities I have here are significantly more than the opportunities that my cousins have. So that's something that I always remember when I'm feeling like down, is how lucky I am to be here and how many opportunities I have here than I having like in Nigeria.
Gratitude. That's what I took from that one. She's very grateful for everything her parents have done, her living situation. You know, a lot of us forget to be grateful for where we are at in life. You know, we're thinking about why can't I get this job? Why are things not working out for me? But there are things, basic things in life people don't have. Food, water, shelter, safety, health. These are things that we take for granted. But she's grateful, and that again is a common trait of successful people.
The most important lesson I've learned about money is that like money can just give you a lot of opportunities, a lot of options. Like in New York City, you're just constantly surrounded by like people who are extremely wealthy, but also people who are extremely poor. And then going to the college that I went to school with kids whose parents were millionaires and billionaires. So I could actually see like how money can give you like options and opportunities and the things you don't have to think about when you have a higher income. So that's part of the reason I try to work as hard as I can, just so I can also give myself and my family those opportunities.
Fair enough. Money's not the key to happiness, but what it does give you is options, freedom, a larger voice, a bigger platform to make a difference. And I think we can all appreciate that. So while I wouldn't say obsessed with money itself, focus on what makes you happy, what change you want to make in the world, set goals for yourself and work towards getting there. That's what she's done, and she's doing a brilliant job. So wow, I love that. She's someone I can connect to. She's very relatable. She's giving back. Her parents are wonderful role models. My key takeaway is save. Live below your means. That's what she's doing. She's living below her means. She's not only saving, but she's actually investing her savings so they grow. She has worked hard. She's chased her passions. She's really set goals, clear goals to help her get there. She's measuring them. She's tracking them. She's giving back. She's helping others as well. These are common traits I see in successful people. I really hope this video has helped you as well and inspired you to chase your dreams. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment below and let me know if you want to see more reaction videos like this, and if you haven't already, subscribe because I've got lots more content to come. So thanks for watching, and let's keep chasing those goals.